Today, we welcome you to a ski jumping competition in Bad Mittendorf in the Austrian Steiermark. Today, I have expert help by my side, the famous ski jumper Colin Phillips from England, who unfortunately is not participating in the tournament himself.
I'm happy to be here too. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
He had perfect conditions for a good takeoff with his high speed on the inline, but then he messed it up.
I'm not sure why. Well, I hope it wasn't because he lacked the courage.
Let's take the time to look at the replay. An English tabloid spread the news that you're afraid of flying.
Who said that? No, that's a fairy tale. That's a malicious allegation, actually.
So it's not true?
No, well, the thing is, when I was a kid, I was afraid of heights. So my father took me to a ski jump and he said, if you jump down there, you'll never have to be afraid of anything.
And that was the beginning of your career.
That's right.
Let's have a closer look at this jump in the replay.
Yeah.
There's a slight tailwind that might rattle the skiers a little bit. But it could be much worse.
Yeah, I've seen it worse.
Let's have another look at the replay. Maybe we overlooked some details.
It could be.
Ski jumping developed from downhill at the end of the 18th century. The inhabitants of a small town in the province of Norway called Telemark probably got bored by always just racing straight down into the valley, so they started to jump over small elevations. At least that's the story spun by the sport historians about the origins of the sport. I think this is worth having a second look.
Yes, Mark, I think that a closer analysis is always worthwhile.
Hello from Trondheim, Norway. In the district of, please excuse my pronunciation, which might be a bit odd, Sør-Trøndelag. I have Colin Phillips with me, an institution in British ski jumping, if I may say so.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
The credit where credit is due, sir.
At least I can support my home country in this way.
Today is the first competition in the Junior League's European Cup, so let's have a look at the youngsters. That's a pretty good score for him. I think I would have judged his flight similarly. He didn't make any mistakes, and that's what the judges thought as well.
Yeah, I think they did it right there.
Thanks to technology, we can look at the replay and be clear about things. Let's see which 50 skiers have qualified for the next round.
Well, you can see some faces falling, but that's just the way things go.
The strong tailwind might become a real problem. It's only since the middle of the 19th century that the skiers have landed on the slope.
They must have scorched their feet back there. They had to land completely on the flat.
Let's have a look at the replay. That was an exciting competition today, don't you think, Colin?
Yeah, well, now we can take a deep breath and look forward to the final, decisive round. The best 30 skiers are still in there.
Have you ever considered a career in another discipline?
Yeah, I really did.
Which one?
Curling.
You're kidding.
No, always going up those towers is tiring. I sometimes wish I could stand on firm ground during the competition.
Oh, okay, I got it. You're really kidding.
Well, Chip find it out.
Colin, look at this score. Is that okay?
Oh, yes, Mark. He jumped well with a good posture and landing. So he got good points. The few points deducted, well, they're understandable, really.
Now we get the chance to analyze all the jumps. These are the results of today's competition, ladies and gentlemen. The 3 winners of the day, cheered by the crowd. Next time, things can turn out quite differently. We hope you'll be with us again. Mark Rafferty
And Colin Phillips.
take their leave of you.
Au revoir, goodbye, and auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye. Welcome in Harachov, which literally means village of Harach, on the edge of the giant mountains. I'm sure that not only fans of the British team will be happy to hear that my co-commentator today is Colin Phillips.
I would have liked to start myself, but it wasn't meant to be.
Again, the youngsters get their chance to show the pros who they will have to face in the near future in their fight for the first ranks. Qualification can be tricky. A number of favorites have tripped up here by taking too great a risk. But really, it should be straightforward. The best 50 skiers out of 72 qualify. That's how the takeoff has to be. An explosive extension of the body at the right point on the jump table, and then an intensely powerful takeoff.
Yeah, that's impressive.
The replay will show us now how on earth he was able to come up with such magic.
Yeah.
A deep breath for all those who have qualified. That's the 50. Sometimes I think that Finns must be born with skis on their feet. Their performances are so outstanding every winter.
Yeah, that's right, but this young man still got a lot to prove.
Colin, what's your comment on his take?
Well, it looked good, I'd say. The transition from the crouch to the stretch position is one of the most important, maybe the most important moment in a ski jump.
Yeah.
He might go far. Let's just watch his film.
I suppose we can have a look at the reap. The field of skiers is on a decrease. Only the best 30 athletes will come back for the decisive jump, and so we say goodbye to the... By the way, it was in the United States that the first ski jump with an elevated jump table was built back in 1912. But not in Park City. It was in Steamboat Springs, and the man responsible for it was, of course...
American?
No, a Norwegian, of course. His name was Carl Thorvaldsen.
Good old Carl.
Let's have a look at the replay. Let's have a look at the overall ranking after this fascinating competition.
Yes.
The winners' fans are cheering, but the skiers on the second and third place can be satisfied too. Are we on air? No? Okay. Let's enjoy the view for a moment. Today, we are in Garmisch, as you might have guessed. Today, I have Colin Phillips at my side, who will give us first-hand information.
It's a great pleasure to me, my friends. Thank you very much for the invitation, and hello, everybody.
The weather is really good today, so no excuse for the skiers.
That's right, Mark.
That's another good example of how difficult it is to find the right point for takeoff. The perfect range is so small that you can easily miss it.
Yes, he took off when his skis had almost passed the jump table, so he won't fly high enough. The result will tell.
The replay will show us now how on... I think we've seen some nice and what's more, long jumps. Recently, he seems to be so tense. He's simply unable to keep cool enough to turn in top performances. Maybe he thought he could simply pull good distances out of the hat. But it didn't work out.
It didn't work out this way.
Thanks to technology, we can look at the replay and be clear about things. Today we're in France, on the ski jump in Courchevel. Hello, or rather, bonjour. Colin Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the big names in British ski jumping. It's a great pleasure for me to have him here today. How are you doing, Colin?
I'm fine, Mike. Seeing all that bustle around, I'd really like to go up there and jump myself. But this time I'll leave it to the other skiers.
His takeoff training seems to have paid off. No problems on the jump table. Not too early, not too late. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was great.
The good flight is only of use to him if the judges appreciate it too. And that's what they do. A good performance, justly judged.
Okay, I fully agree with that, Mark.
Let's have another look at the replay. Maybe we overlooked some details.
It could be.
As the weather conditions are always an uncontrollable variable in ski jumping, experts are considering roofing over the in-run with a perspex tube. What do you think of that, Colin?
Oh no. The open sky, the fresh air. I'd miss it all too much.
Yeah. This is where he's better than most other jumpers. His takeoff was perfect once again. It's not that easy to find the right point for takeoff at such a high speed, is it, Colin?
No, not at all. Things go so fast up there that you sometimes have to feel intuitively when you have to take off. But you just did it perfectly.
I think this is worth having a second look.
Yes, Mark, I think that a closer analysis is always worthwhile.